Hello, welcome to the Royal Rose podcast, where we're going to be talking about Royal Rose and the music that we make.
We all started going to the same church. We're all moved to Olympia, and then around that time, you were like, "Hey, would you like to start a band?" I said, "Okay, but only if we redo some of the songs that we had worked on." There was a specific festival. We were like, "Let's play this festival," and so we kind of prepped a bunch of songs for that festival. To the point where after we had prepped for that festival, we had 6 to 7 songs fully arranged with this band arrangement. And we were like, we could just make this a record.
That festival really did make us who we are today. The night that you asked me to be your girlfriend was the first time I had heard the song. Seth sent me the song.
Oh, yeah. And
we
listened to it.
my way
that's
to
crazy.
a
And
date
we
with
shared.
you.
Yeah. And you gave me one AirPod.
Yeah. When I wrote this song, I wrote it on acoustic guitar, and it actually was swung. I don't know if you remember.
I remember that. It was Blue Eyes. Dun, 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 dun,
Yes. It was kind of folky when I wrote it, and it has been through so much.
Yeah.
But I love where it is now.
Faithful design, and that's when I went to a place I never knew. And when did my life get turned around? And I see you now, looking at me with those blue eyes, blue eyes, blue eyes. Hard to remember all those days I was blind. Skip to September, that's when I come to find the one and only heart my soul was looking for. Driving that I-5 is nothing compared to the rest of our lives, and I'm not scared that I love you and you love me too. And when did my life get turned around? And I see you now, looking at me with those blue eyes, blue eyes, blue eyes. When you look at me, you're all I see. Every voice is silent, 'cause we know we're meant to be. And I'm hopeful now that I am found, and that you see me when you look at me with those blue eyes, blue eyes, blue eyes, blue eyes, blue eyes, oh,
I think
Yeah.
this was one of the songs where obviously there was the vibe change, but I think that this was the moment where I was because up to this point we had been okay, are we pop punky?
Who are we?
Who are we? And the hard part is when you're in like kind of a band in this style that's like kind of rocky and kind of poppy, and you have a female led singer. They're just like, oh, you're like Paramore,
Right.
and the funny thing about that is, I get offended anytime someone does that. It's like there are more singers in pop. Yeah, this was one of those songs where it's like, okay, tonally, I felt like it kind of set the direction of like it's going to be a little bit more of like the darker emo stuff. It's not purely like indie pop or 80s based stuff, because we were referencing a lot of bands like Gable Price and Friends, or like rockier guys, but then I think for this song specifically we referenced a couple of like, I guess it would be like early 2000s like emo bands.
Yeah.
And that sort of like started to spread the direction overall for the record.
I think because you and I were in charge of a lot of the sound of the songs, and we have this upbringing of punk pop emo bands, Warped Tour, that like it just felt natural to like go back to that and like make that happen. Even though we were like, it would be cool to do this, it would be cool to do that, we were like, but our roots say Warped Tour.
Is Warped Tour. We did 100% the reason I'm editing and we've recorded our vocals the way that we recorded them is because that's how A Day to Remember does their vocals.
Yes.
So, and we have gone to see A Day to Remember live.
Yes.
And when they started playing If It Means a Lot to You, Sam did cry.
Of course.
I remember that morning, the light shining through the
This song felt very different. It felt very special. It felt very unique and individualized. It kind of showed itself to me. The other songs is like, okay, we want to try this genre and this one, or this is the genre for this song or this one. Like, this is kind of a weird genre. I wouldn't even know what you would call this. And I think it just became what it was.
This song for you, I would say, is 100% just a girl and her guitar just trying to figure out life. Like you're not writing for a record with this song.
Yeah.
Like there are some times where you will be like, you'll just disappear, you'll go into a room and then you'll just play. And it's like therapy for you. Mm-hmm. And I remember the first time you played me this song, we were at the lake. We already mentioned this moment where you showed me Blue Eyes. Seth sent you a bounce of Blue Eyes. But one thing we also did at the lake when we decided to be boyfriend and girlfriend was you played this on my guitar for me. And I was like, ow, wow, that's an amazing song. Mm-hmm. Like it was really special.
Yeah.
That moment. And I just remember I never forgot that chorus. I had only heard, the only option for me to hear it was live or then maybe like a phone recording here and there.
Yeah.
But I never forgot that chorus. So to see it like come to life and be a part of a record is really cool. But it's not a song that we were like, oh, we're trying to make this sound like blank. It's like, no, this is just art that came from a really deep place in you that we're putting on this record.
Somebody that you love on your dreams. Let me tell you that it's worse than it seems. It's temporary. It's temporary. It's temporary. You're the angel of
I just love singing this song now as what it is because I feel like I can get all my frustration out.
Punk rocker angst.
My
yeah.
punk rocker angst because the lyrics came from such a place of like frustration and anger, but also it's a process. So to like scream these on a stage while playing Rhythm Electric with my friends,
Oh, yeah.
it's just such therapy.
When you do this live, you go, here I am just standing with empty hands.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
You said I just need to trust you. You said I just need to pursue. You said I just need to receive. You said I just need some urgency. Here I am, just standing with empty hands. Here I am, just saturated in your promise. All that I have left is a weary voice, screaming your name into the darkest, deadest nights I've ever seen. You said I just need to worship. You said I just need to rest. You said I just need to reach out and grab the vine. Why am I seeing it in every life but mine? Here I am, just standing with empty hands. Here I am, just saturated in your promise. All that I have left is a weary voice, screaming your name into the darkest, deadest nights I've ever seen. Why is my life like a portrait on display in some museum to inspire those who pray? I don't wanna lie, it's getting hard to break. Even when you're quiet, I know that you'll stay. Here I am, just standing with empty hands. Here I am, just saturated in your promise. All that I have left is a weary voice, screaming your name into the darkest, deadest nights I've ever seen.
Me and Sam also, like, music wise, are fans of a lot of musicians and bands that just have like completely different vibes on the same record. One of the records that I really love that I know you like too is like Common Courtesy by A Day to Remember. And that's literally like, here's a pop punk song, an acoustic folk song, a metalcore song that's all screaming. How do you like combine that in a way that feels consistent? So I think we ended up saying, all right, let's try changing things a little bit around so that it gels with a lot more of the record, but then at the same time, it doesn't sound like the others.
Something that kind of goes along with that is you have talked about how when I write lyrics that they don't always rhyme. And I think I do that for the same reason of like, they don't all have to match. Like it's like a creative decision.
The way you write melodies makes that work, but the chorus has no rhyming at all. What is the chorus? It's you came and told me that you love me. My song was never yours to sing. I'm moving on, not holding on to you, but you know that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt.
That version also had like a big bridge. Okay, so bridges are the bane of my existence.
Yes, they
I
are.
hate them. I wish songs just couldn't have.
A third section. You
I
just want A, B, A, B, A, B.
It's, I think creatively when I'm writing, I'm just like tired by that point.
My days are
So we had a music teacher in Bible College named Lincoln. Shout out to Lincoln.
Lincoln.
He was he taught me a lot of things, but he was my songwriting teacher. And one thing that he got me to do was like do things that I wouldn't normally, because usually I'm like, sit down with an acoustic, start with some lyrics, write chords that fit, blah, blah, blah. That's my process. And he would try to like bring me out of that process to try to be creative. For example, he's like, you're always writing breakup songs. Like, write something. He was like, write about an inanimate object. Like, that was my challenge for the week. He's like, I need you to write about an inanimate object so that you're not writing a love song. And then I wrote about my car and how much I love my car. And it was like my first love. And he's like, you fail. He's like, that is
You
not
failed.
That is not the point of this assignment.
And then you're like, here, let me give you a song about a tower. He's like, you still failed.
You still fail. One thing that Lincoln would say too is like, try writing on an instrument that you don't normally write on. And so maybe I should write on bagpipes next time. See if that pumps out a new song.
Watch it happen.
Literally
Yeah.
pump out a new song.
Yeah.
You guys harmonized a little bit.
So, and I remember actually on a side note from this, I remember there was a point where we were doing, this is an EP, and you didn't want to put this song on the record. And I had to like convince you to not like take it off.
Was that this one or was that Friends Hurt Too?
I think it was this one.
Really?
Because you were just like, it just sounds so different.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds so different from all the others. And I'm like, that's why I like it.
One of my favorite memories of this song is playing at that music festival.
On a
And
music festival.
our pastor was standing in front of the stage, and we had only done it, it's like not out because it's just out now, and we had only done it at one other live show, and I'm singing the words and he's lip syncing every word to the song. And I was like, I went up to him afterwards and I was like, how did you know every word to the song? Like, it's not even out and it's only been at one show. And he's like, I like it. I was like, that is
If your
like,
pastor doesn't know the songs to the lyrics to your,
Your songs aren't good enough.
maybe you should go to a different church. No.
You and I'm leaving behind everything I know. So look at me and say that you'll never go. 'Cause I think I'm home and I want you to stay. I want you to take my hand and never go. 'Cause I'm leaving behind everything I know. So look at me and say that you'll never go. 'Cause I think I'm home.
These lyrics are not my favorite. They're probably my least favorite
Wait,
on the
these
whole
ones?
album. Yes. Every time I
Whoa.
sing it, I'm like,
You gave me a rose once. You told me to hold it by the thorns. That's a banger.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's
good.
really
Let's
good.
talk. That's
Let's talk.
visual.
okay.
That's visual. It paints a picture. I struggle to paint like nice pictures with my words, with lyrics. You don't struggle with that.
Here's what happened.
Let me tell you.
Seth and I recorded Almost Love with the original lyrics. And then on my way to the second session, I decided to change the lyrics and I wrote them on the way down to see him. And so I feel like they were very rushed. And I
they're
feel
good.
like I chose lyrics that were easy and cheesy and basic. And so whether or not that comes through in the lyrics, that's how I felt about it and feel about it when I hear the lyrics. But it was encouraging when I heard the Couch song after that, because I had never really heard a Friend breakup song before.
Yeah.
And then when I heard the Couch song, I was like, oh, there are other people hurting. It's kind of comforting.
Maybe
Other
you guys can
people
go for coffee someday.
hurting.
Other people, although I don't want them to hurt. It's kind of
It's nice to know that they're here.
It's nice to know I'm not alone.
You were my day one. You were everything to me.
It's the most like minor-y out of all the songs on the record.
I think it's a minor key, isn't it? I don't know why I wrote. Well, I don't. Yeah, this was. I'm proud of the chords, even though they're hard to play because they're so different.
You were
than
trying to
any
break out
the
of
other-
boxes.
I was trying
Yeah.
to break out of boxes and make it like a really. It's a declaration of war against the devil is like what it's about.
Yeah.
And so I wanted it to be very like crunchy, very like dissonant, very minor, very
The
you
devil
know.
gets scared when you play in minor keys, for sure.
Mm.
Especially the way
makes
you
the
did.
devil run.
Yep.
My joy, my light, my peace, my fight are all broken pieces of my life that you're building your castle with. I always thought, what the hell is wrong with me? But instead I was leaving gates of hell open for you to walk through. Trying to convince me that I'm the villain, that you are winning. Trying to convince me that I'm not good enough, oh no, not anymore. This is my hope, my time, my life, design are all broken pieces of my life that are breaking your castle in. The scars you made on my soul are stories of the times you lost to my victories. Trying to convince me that I'm the villain, that you are winning. Trying to convince me that I'm not good enough, oh no, not anymore. This is Trying to convince me that I'm the villain, that you are winning. Trying to convince me that I'm not good enough, oh no, not anymore. Trying to convince me that I'm the villain, that you are winning. Trying to convince me that I'm not good enough, oh no, not anymore. This is
When we were recording this song, we were talking about like Olivia's vocals and my vocals and harmonizing and stuff. And then we were like, actually, it would be really cool if Ian harmonized on this song since it's written from my grandpa's perspective. I played this for my grandparents. So my grandpa has passed away now. My grandma has dementia, but when they were both here and healthy, I played them this song. This is the second oldest song on the album, written in 2017. We were in my old house and I played it for them live, like on my guitar. And I was like, this is a song about how you guys met. And I wrote it. I sang it for them and I was like, what'd you guys think? They were like, pretty good.
Oh.
And that was it. That's all I
The most Scottish response.
I was like, okay, cool. I know that they loved it, and I got my singing voice from my grandpa, so it's like special. But it was just funny that they're like, yeah, cool.
I love you so much. Please try and come back to me, but I know it's impossible. But I still am crazy about you.
across the dance floors where I first saw you. You caught my eye like the glow of the sun. I prayed for your heart every night. Templar's Place just to see your face. Then I walked to Templar's Place. Then I walked to Templar's Place. Then I walked to Templar's Place just to see your face. It's been so long since the first time we touched, but I can